review of the e.l.f. 18-piece eyeshadow palette. If you follow me on Instagram, which you should if you're not, because I post little teaser pictures and like looks and things like that, and just random pictures from my daily life. You should check that out. I will put a little blip of my Instagram down below, but it's Lauren A. Meisner, so you can follow me there. I had posted a little teaser video of the swatches from this palette and said, hey guys, you definitely need to check out. I'm going to be doing a review because I really like this palette and I want to talk to you about it. Now, when I saw this on e.l.f.'s website, I was very excited because, as you guys know, I love e.l.f. and I also am a huge fan of their 144 neutral palette, which I did do a rave review of, so if you want to see that, I'll link that down below. But the thing I don't love about this big palette is that it's not great for travel, and the plastic on the outside is not very sturdy, so I wouldn't recommend traveling with that palette ever because you'll probably crack it. And that's the other reason why I haven't purchased one of their smaller palettes that are very similar to that one, because they have that same plastic packaging, and I just don't trust that for throwing into my makeup bag or into my, you know, my suitcase or anything like that, because I'm not super gentle with my luggage and I don't want my eyeshadows to get crushed, even if they are cheap. I love them and I want them to last. So when I saw this palette, the first thing that popped into my head was, oh my gosh, that would be the perfect traveling neutral palette. The outside of it looks like this. Comes in a nice, sturdy studio black packaging like e.l.f. likes to do. Embossed on the front is eyes, lips, face, and then it has eyeshadow. Oh wait, this is the wrong one. You guys. Fail. Oh my gosh. Okay. That was an epic fail. This is the one I want to review. It says eyeshadow on the bottom. And I'm glad that it does because they also came out with a lip and face palette, which I'm going to be reviewing, and the one that I was holding. I would have been really surprised if I opened that and it wasn't the eyeshadow I wanted to talk to you about. She willikers. The thing I love about this palette is it's very thin and sleek. It does have a bit of weight to it, and I'm pretty sure that that's from the mirror that you're getting inside. They are giving you a really nice mirror, as they do in e.l.f. fashion. Anytime you get some kind of studio palette, it comes with a nice big mirror. I do not know if this is part of the studio line because it said on the website that it was an essential palette, but I honestly don't know which part of the collection it's from. I also don't know if this is permanent or not because I'm pretty sure it's limited edition. So if you want this, definitely order it as soon as you can, because with e.l.f. you never know how long limited edition means. Sometimes those type of things hang around for a while, other times they're gone really quickly. So I definitely recommend picking this up if you're interested in it. You might want to watch the review first, but yeah. Anyway, I'm a little hyper today. I don't know why. When you open this palette, like I said, you're getting a full-size mirror, a really nice mirror. I love this for traveling because I actually took this, my husband and I went up to visit his parents in Canada for a weekend, and I took just this palette with me, and this was perfect for doing my makeup because I could set it on the table. The hinge is so nice. It holds the mirror up nice and sturdy. You can angle it how you want. And the mirror is big enough that I could do my whole face of makeup. I did my hair with it. It was great. It also comes with a full-size brush, which I like. Rather than throwing in like a cheap sponge tip, they gave you a full-size brush. This is the defining eye brush, and I'm pretty sure it is the same as the defining eye brush from, oh, you guys see the powder coming off there? From the Essential line. This is not a studio brush. So it does have the black handle and ferrule, but I'm pretty sure that it's the same quality as their Essential line because the bristles are the same, which isn't bad because I like the Essential line eye brushes anyway. It is a nice brush. It's very soft and angled. It's nice for getting into the crease or for smudging shadow underneath the eye. Other than that, I didn't find too many uses for it, but I do like it. The eyeshadows in here are, I'm just a fan of this palette, you guys. I think that e.l.f. did a really, really good job putting this palette together. First off, the first thing you're probably noticing is that they are circle pans, which is different than like your traditional square or geometric style pans. You're getting a nice range of neutral colors, but you're also getting some fun shades thrown in there. The top row is entirely what I would consider a demi matte. They are not the flattest mattes that I've ever seen. They still have a bit of a sheen to them, but they're not shimmery by any means. You're getting a matte black, a matte navy blue, a matte deep ashy brown, a nice mid-tone brown, which is perfect for the crease, by the way, a matte lavender, and a matte cream. The next two rows are very, very shimmery. I would almost consider them like a metallic finish, minus these two, this pink one here and this like deep plummy purple over here. They are more of a kind of like a satin finish laced with chunky glitter. The pink one, the glitter doesn't show up as much, and the plum one, it doesn't really show up at all. I haven't noticed it on the outside of my eyes, and that's what I have on today. I'm wearing this palette, by the way, on my eyes right now. I give this palette 2 thumbs up. I think that they did a great job. I'm going to go ahead and swatch the shadows for you, talk about them a little bit, and then I'm going to go over a couple of the negative things that I did find with some of the shadows, because I want you to know what you're getting into if you're going to buy it. The first one is this matte black. I'll go ahead and swatch that for you. It's nice and deep. It comes off a little bit more charcoal-y, like a deep, deep gray than it does black, but it swatches quite nicely. The blue, I was slightly disappointed in. It's not as pigmented as I would like it to be, but you can definitely build it up and make it workable. Then you have this ashy brown, which I think is nice. It's very pigmented and swatches quite beautifully. So, pretty good. Pretty good, e.l.f. We have this brown, which I really like for the crease. If you're a fan of warmer shades in your crease, then you're not going to like this because it is a cooler toned brown. I would say it's pretty neutral, so I think a lot of people could get away with it in their crease, but it's definitely not very warm. It's almost like a taupey themed. This palette is very taupey themed in my opinion. You're getting a matte lavender, which again, this one wasn't as pigmented as I would like. I kind of wanted a little bit more color to come from this, but you can build it up and it's not bad. And that's right there. The last shade in this row is the cream, and this is another one that I would say this row in general was the one that I had the most like issues with, because I wanted more oomph from some of these matte shades. But this cream is still, it's not bad. It's good for blending shadows out. I do appreciate that they included it. You're probably not going to even be able to see that, but I swatched it right there. That's a different, don't pay attention to that shimmer. Yeah, you can't even see it because it's so close to my skin tone. But it's really, really nice for blending out any shadows that are like, if you want to like fade out the harsh lines or anything like that, it's nice. I used it as a brow bone highlight and it works okay, but it doesn't give quite enough pop for me. So I'm not like in love with the shade, but I'm glad that they included it. The next shade here is almost like a steely taupe shade. I really, really like this one. This is really pretty all over the lid. The next one is probably the most unique shade in this palette. It looks gold, but it has like yellow and green qualities to it. It's very pigmented and very metallic. I really like this shade. It is like if gold and green and yellow could make a baby, that would be awkward, but this is what it would look like. It's really, really nice. It looks pretty on the lid because it just like pops. The next shade is this baby pink, which I'm going to swatch for you. This one's just a pretty satin. This one looks nice on the lid, especially over like the Ain't That Sweet, what are they called? It looks pretty over the smudge pot in Ain't That Sweet for just like a really nice subtle sheen to the lid, I guess you could say. Okay, the next shade is kind of, again, like a taupey shade. This one's a little bit more, I don't know, it's like a lighter gray than the first one I showed you, and not quite as metallic. It's just a very taupe shade. This one has a bit more purple in it. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm trying to say. It's more of like a dusty lavender taupe. It's really pretty. And that's right there. The next one is another one that I quite like for on the lid. This is like a almost rosy or baby pink shimmer. It's like silvery pink is the way I would describe it. Almost like, I'm having trouble. It's like a champagne pinky metallic. It's really pretty. All of these metallics are really pretty. You guys can see that. And it almost leans purple when I'm moving it, but it's like a dusty, it has like a dusty rose quality to it. These are so unique when you swatch them because they look one way in the pan, but because they're so metallic, when you turn them, they look lighter, and when you look at them straight on, they look a lot deeper. So it's kind of interesting when you're playing around with them. This is one of my favorite shades in the palette. It's a dusty lavender sheen. It's so pretty. I really, really like this one. I know I'm saying that about all of them, but they really are beautiful. And they go on very smooth, as you can see. I just think that color is just gorgeous. Do you see how if you look at it straight on, it looks deeper, but then as I turn it, it's like really light. It just creates a really neat look on the eyelid. Okay, so we went over this row and this row. Let's move on to the last row. This shade here is your champagne, your straight up champagne, and that's what I have all over my lid right now. This is great as a lid color. It's not as light as I would like it to be. It almost has a little bit too much of a cream to it. I kind of would like it to be even whiter so that it would pop just a little bit more on the eyelid, but it's a very subtle lid color. I think a lot of people are going to really like this shade just for all over the lid for a nice natural look. The next one over is going to be your rosy gold shade. This is so pretty. I love this one. It's just a really true rose gold. It's right there. Your next one is going to be your copper. If you're a copper lover, you're going to be really happy that this is in the palette. It's even more rosy than the first one I showed you. So I guess you could say both of these are kind of rose gold inspired. This reminds me more of rose gold, and this is leaning more copper to me, but they both have that rose gold hue to them. This one goes on like butter, you guys. It's so, so nice. And the next one over here is going to be, up here, is going to be like an ashy brown, but it's a shimmer. And it has some like taupe qualities to it. Like I said, this palette is very taupey. It's primarily what I would consider a cool tone palette. You are getting some warmness right here, but really I think these three shades are the only warm shades in the entire palette. The rest of them are very, very cool toned. So if you don't like cool tone shadows, then you're probably not going to like this palette. The next shade is right here, and this is another one of my favorites. It's almost like a mauve shade, or a mauve, if you will, satin, and it's really pretty. I just love that. Swatch it right here. This one's very pigmented. Look at that. Okay, the last one is this almost plummy brown. I like this shade for deepening up the outer corner. That is what I used in the outer corner to deepen this look up. But I almost wish that it leaned a little bit more purple than it does. That's just my personal preference because I love purple eyeshadows. But it is really, really nice and very pigmented. And like I said, the glitter in this, it almost comes off matte because the glitter doesn't really show up. It looks glittery in the pan, but I don't notice that like adhering to my eyelid. Like I said, I did create this look with the palette, and I kind of told you some of the shades, but I want to run over again what I used. I used this champagne all over my lid. I just patted it on, and then I took this nice mid-tone brown and I whacked that in the crease. Then I used, again, the champagne. I used the sandwich method, and I used the champagne and did that on the brow bone because I don't like this as a brow bone highlight because I don't feel like it has enough lightness to it. It's too close to my own skin tone. And then I deepened up the outer corner with this brown shade. So I only used 3 shades out of the palette, and I kind of smudged that deeper brown under my eyelid or under my lash line, and then I used the champagne to highlight my inner corner. Okay, so my overall thoughts on this palette are I definitely give it 2 thumbs up. I do have a couple issues with it, but not enough that I wouldn't recommend it. I do highly recommend the palette because I think that the quality and just the color selection are really good. I definitely think e.l.f. did a good job. I think it's worth the $8. It's so affordable. You can find this on their website, eyeslipsface.com, if you're interested. I snagged mine for $4 because I was during their 50% off sale, so definitely when they're running a sale, check it out. But I wouldn't wait too long because, like I said, I'm pretty sure it's limited edition. Now for the little negatives that I just want to point out. Like I said, this blue is not as pigmented as I would like. This row of mattes in general doesn't have the oomph that I would like, but they're not bad. It's not bad enough that I'm like, ugh, I don't want to use this palette. It's workable, and I definitely see myself traveling with this. The other issue that I had with this palette is that I feel like it's very muted. I would have liked to see just a couple more deep warm shades. Like, I'm kind of aching for like a deeper warm shade, and I think that's what I love so much about the 144 is that you're getting so many of those like warm, like deep plums and purples in there, and like the garnets. Like, I'm so attracted to those colors, and you're not seeing that a whole lot in this palette. But that said, that's more my personal preference. That's not a negative in the quality or the ability to use this for a look. Like, you see, you can definitely get a complete look out of this. And I think the reason I think e.l.f. did such a good job is they are giving you your mattes, your shimmers. You are getting a nice variety of colors. I think it's a really great neutral palette. If you are somebody who's been looking for a neutral palette and you didn't want to go out and buy like the Naked palette or anything like that that's more expensive, I definitely think that you're going to like this because you really can get a lot of the same looks out of this palette that you can out of pretty much any neutral palette. This is a very standard neutral eye look, putting a champagne on the eyelid, putting a mid-tone brown in the crease, and then putting a deeper brown on the outer corner. This is what you're going to get out of a neutral palette. So you definitely can do that look. You can also go smoky with some of the deeper shades like the deep navy, the deep black. I think it's very versatile. I think it's worth the money. I highly recommend it. So if you want to see some tutorials with this palette, let me know. I'd be happy to do them. Or if you want to see how I got this look, I pretty much walked you through it, but if you'd like a tutorial, let me know. Yeah, and that's really all I have to say. Also, stay tuned because I am going to be doing a review on the other palette that I almost showed you in the beginning, which is the Eyes, Lips, Face, Lip and Face palette. This also retails for $8, and I'll give you a little sneak peek. Whoop! So if you want to see a review on that, stay tuned. I am wearing that on my cheeks and lips today. I'll give you a hint that I feel pretty much about this palette the same way I do about this. So I'm kind of calling these two like my little dream team for traveling because I think they're really, really good. So stay tuned to see the review. I'll definitely be doing swatches and talking a little bit more about this palette. So that's all I have to say, you guys, and I hope that you're having a great week. I just want you to know I really do love you guys, and I think about you, and I've been getting more comments and things, and more subscribers, and I just want to say that we've made it. Primp Your Life, this little channel that started a month ago, has made it to 60 subscribers. 60. Okay, guys, my goal was to have like 50 subscribers in like the first year, and I have 60. So I just want to say that I am super, super blessed and grateful to all of you that take the time out of your day to watch me ramble on about things that I like. And I just think each one of you that has subscribed to this channel or takes the time to watch my videos, I just want you to know that you are so special to me. Even though I can't see you in front of me or talk to you face to face, I do think about you and pray for you, and I want you to know that you're very, very important, and your comments and your thoughts are very important to me. So please do comment down below. If I don't get back to you right away, it's not because I'm ignoring you or I don't care. I just am very busy right now with some transitions going on in my life, but I'm going to do my best to get back to you as soon as I can. And if you've given me requests and I haven't done it yet, it's not because I don't want to. I'm just planning out each of these videos. I have a little notebook. I'm writing everything down, so just stay tuned. But yeah, I want to say a big thank you. I'm just enjoying this so much and enjoying getting to know you guys. So definitely keep subscribing. If you are new to this channel, give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos. And as always, remember that you are loved, you are beautiful, you are special, you are unique, and no one can tell you any different. Alright guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye!